Welcome to the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook. I'm Mark Mersman, and in today's quick win segment, I want to talk about the question that's on a lot of your minds. Will AI replace the financial advisor? Stay with me. We'll discuss that and talk about 5 steps you can take to position yourself for the future as we dive into the world of AI.
This is the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook, a show for financial advisors who want to explore the topic of client acquisition and business growth. Your host is Mark Mersman, Chief Marketing Officer at USA Financial. He is an investment advisor representative of securities offered through USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Welcome back to the Playbook. So, every week, it seems like now, I'm getting into a conversation around the topic of AI. And I think everybody, it's the top of everybody's mind right now. Seems like every week there's new tools being introduced. And I wanted to share with you, because I just recently saw a study, maybe you've seen this, but there was a study published by Microsoft pretty recently, and it looked at the top 40 occupations that were at the highest risk of AI replacing them. And then it had another list of the top 40 that had the lowest risk, I guess, of being replaced. And on the top 40 list of highest AI applicability score, in other words, the propensity or possibility that the job might be replaced by AI, the vast majority of them you look at, and it makes sense, right? Interpreters and translators, obviously, we're already seeing what AI can do in that world. Anything that is kind of data-centric, crunching numbers, those types of things that can be automated, phone operators. But what struck me as really interesting, and I did not expect to see this, but personal financial advisor was listed in the high 30s in terms of a risk, or maybe high 20s. And so, number one, what was interesting about this was it has only 272,000 personal financial advisors listed as part of occupation. I'm not so sure that number is exactly accurate, but I guess it really depends on your definition of personal financial advice. But the point is this accurate? And should advisors be worried about their jobs being replaced by AI? And I think, the financial advice industry isn't new. A number of years ago when robo-advisors came out, that was a question that came up quite a bit. I think the real piece of this is understanding what you can do as a financial advisor to ensure that you won't be replaced by AI. Because the truth of the matter is many financial advisors will be replaced by AI. And it's going to be those that aren't embracing it. So let's talk about 5 really simple things that you can do to remain successful in the age of AI. The first is you have to begin doubling down on relationships. Trust, empathy, human connection, none of that is replicated by technology, by AI. And so the ability to sit across from a client, read their emotions, reassure them during uncertainty is really a core advantage from a human connection standpoint. So double down on the relationships. Hopefully you've been doing that already. This brings into question another conversation around how many conversations or how many relationships can you truly manage as an advisor. So that's a conversation for another day. The second thing you should look at doing is positioning yourself as a guide. Now, what do I mean by that? Hopefully, you're already doing a little bit of this because your role in their lives as a financial advisor is really to be a guide. And you'd really want to embrace the fact that rather than competing with AI, we're going to integrate it. We're going to use it inside of our process to make us more efficient so we can double down on the relationships and position ourselves as the guide and position yourself as somebody who is pulling in different pieces of technology like AI to enhance the client experience. So you're going to leverage it maybe for research, for analysis, for content creation, for operational efficiencies. So communicate that to your clients. I think that they're going to appreciate the fact that you are leveraging technology and you're combining the human element of the relationship alongside of it. The next one is really focusing on comprehensive, holistic planning, whatever, cliche term you want to use. For those that are singularly focused on perhaps investment management, the reality for that audience is that their job might be at greater risk to be replaced from an AI standpoint. I mean, we're already seeing AI handling some investment management and investment recommendations. So it will be curious to see where that goes in the future. But for those of you that can focus on bigger picture planning, holistic planning, life planning, really advisors that can connect money to values and goals and life planning are those that are going to ultimately leap ahead. The next one is staying educated and tech savvy. I mean, obviously we spoke to this, but those advisors that adopt AI tools and beyond just AI, other technology, showing clients that you are on the leading edge will certainly help build credibility. And the last thing I want to point out is deepening your niche expertise. If there's ever been a case for having some specialization, this would be it. Because I think more and more consumers are definitely going to be able to get general information as it relates to financial planning from AI tools. And so understanding and specializing to really cater to a niche audience is going to be a big opportunity as we move forward in the world of AI. I mean, we have to embrace and accept the fact that AI is going to do things better than humans. It's going to do a lot of things better than humans. I mean, it's going to crunch data way better. It's going to recognize patterns. It's going to be able to draft documents and submit things. It's going to be able to scale in a way that, simply put, humans can't. There can be a little bit of behavioral nudging that can go on with AI that we can automate. And I think that we're going to continue to see technology and tools kind of push that, but it's still going to have to be coupled along with the human connection to really get people over the edge to make some of those decisions when they're prompted at the right time. But the reality is humans can do a number of things better than AI, and AI will never get there. Empathy, emotional intelligence, values-based conversations. If you're not doing some of that now, I would encourage you, help your clients connect their money to their life goals, their legacy, philanthropy, their family harmony. Those are big deals for clients and something that AI isn't going to touch. I also think that the trust and accountability side of things, I think with AI, we've seen a lot of inaccuracies, and I think people are going to be a little bit suspect. And I think at the core, we want to trust one another as people. So I think that that's a big piece and an opportunity. And the other part is the ethics and the moral reasoning. Humans are going to be much more capable of executing on that and really help their clients think through questions like, well, what should I do or what can I do? I think that there's going to be some of that judgment-based stuff that the human connection is going to be critical. So just a few tips. Obviously, as we embrace the world of AI, we have to understand how do we integrate it? How do we enhance the experience to make sure that, number one, you're staying on top of it. You're demonstrating to your clients that this is something, the future is here, and you embrace it. So hopefully that's helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
This information is for licensed financial professionals only and is not intended for use in soliciting sales from the public. The views expressed represent the opinions of the presenter or their featured guest, not necessarily those of USA Financial or its affiliated subsidiaries. Industry references are generic and are not intended to represent actions or beliefs of any individual or entity. Content is only presented to illustrate general principles, beliefs, or ideas and should not be construed as legal or regulatory advice. Trademark and copyright protected. USA Financial and Affiliates.